Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. 10 best free agents for the Miami Heat in 2024 offseason. The Miami Heat tried to run it back with the underdog status this season, but it did not work out. The Heat were defeated in the first round of the playoffs by their rivals, the Boston Celtics, and never really had a chance to win with Jimmy Butler missing the series. Even with Butler playing, the Heat need more help to become legitimate title contenders. Embracing the underdog role should be a thing of the past, meaning they might need to move on from players such as Tyler Herro, $29 million, Terry Rozier, $24,924,126, and Duncan Robinson, $19,406,000, and use them in sign-and-trade deals to create a new Big Three with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. LeBron James, a four-time NBA champion and former Heat legend, could become a free agent if he decides to decline his $51.4 million player option with the Los Angeles Lakers. The Miami Heat, where James won 2 of his championships in 2012 and 2013, are an intriguing potential destination. Reuniting with head coach Erik Spoelstra and forming a formidable Big Three with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo would make the Heat instant title contenders. This trio would combine elite scoring, playmaking, and defensive prowess, creating a dynamic and versatile lineup. Additionally, James' presence could greatly benefit young talents like Jamie Jaquez Jr., offering them a role model and a wealth of experience to learn from. With James on board, the Heat's chances of securing another NBA title would significantly increase, making his potential return a highly anticipated move in the 2024 offseason. Of course, we are still unaware of what James is looking for in free agency, which could make this reunion nothing but a dream for Heat fans. A versatile forward and former NBA champion with the Toronto Raptors, Pascal Siakam might re-sign with the Indiana Pacers, but the Miami Heat could be an attractive destination for him in the 2024 offseason. The Heat might be willing to part with assets like Tyler Herro, Terry Rozier, or Duncan Robinson to facilitate this acquisition. Adding Siakam to the roster would form a dominant Big Three with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, allowing Adebayo to shift to a small ball center role where he has thrived. Siakam's ability to contribute on both ends of the floor perfectly aligns with Miami's two-way style of play. Despite Adebayo anchoring the front court and leading the team to 2 finals appearances, the addition of Siakam would provide the Heat with enhanced size, athleticism, and scoring depth. This combination would bolster Miami's chances of contending for an NBA championship and solidify their frontcourt for the future. How Tyrese Haliburton's injury could define Celtics postseason. Tyrese Haliburton will miss Game 3 of the Indiana Pacers Eastern Conference Finals matchup with the Boston Celtics. He re-aggravated a hamstring when facing Joe Mazzulla's team on Thursday, leaving the court and failing to return. The Celtics hold a 2-0 lead on the series heading into Saturday's game. If the Celtics win in Game 3, they will be one victory away from a second trip to the NBA Finals in 3 years. However, if Haliburton is forced to miss the rest of the series, there will be a significant asterisk next to Boston's postseason run. The media narrative will be that it faced multiple teams without its top stars. The Celtics defeated a Jimmy Butler-less Miami Heat in the opening round. The Cleveland Cavaliers missed Jarrett Allen, and Donovan Mitchell sat out the final 2 games. Haliburton would be the latest star to suffer an injury during a series against Boston, thus making its path easier. The Celtics won't mind, though. After all, you can only beat what's in front of you, and they will point to the fact that teams usually play harder when missing their star player. They also deserve praise for remaining professional and not lowering their guard against injury-hit teams. Even if Haliburton does return for Game 4, he is unlikely to be near his best. Hamstring issues usually take weeks to heal. Indiana was already struggling to overcome an elite Celtics team. Without Haliburton, their chances of success drastically fell. The Celtics now face a lose-lose situation. If they defeat the Pacers, they will have an easy path. However, if they drop a couple of games, their championship credentials will be questioned. Still, Mazzulla's team is unlikely to mind if it gets closer to its end goal of winning the franchise's first championship since 2008. Ranking Heat's top trade targets after 2024 NBA playoff loss. After an improbably run to the NBA Finals last season, the Miami Heat were eliminated in the first round this time around. The Heat escaped the play-in tournament, but they were no match for the number 1 seeded Boston Celtics after falling in 5 games. While everyone wondered whether this club might flip the proverbial switch again, this early loss might reveal some flaws in the franchise formula. More than anything, the Heat just don't have an overwhelming amount of talent. The trade market could offer a chance to correct that, though. The Heat need more size, whether that's alongside or behind Bam Adebayo. They also have a standing order for more stretchiness in the frontcourt. Isaiah Stewart could check both boxes. The 6 feet 8 inches, 250-pounder uses his insatiable energy and sweeping 7 feet 4 inches wingspan to play bigger than his size, and he can provide a helpful presence in paint protection and glass cleaning. He also showed his most promise, by a mile, as a perimeter shooter this season, averaging 1.5 three-pointers while canning 38.3% of his long-range looks. After enduring 4 disastrous seasons in Detroit, he might relish the opportunity of landing in a more competitive environment. Miami, meanwhile, shouldn't have a problem plugging someone with his energy and fight into its famed culture. If the Heat are fully committed to the Tyler Hero-Terry Rozier backcourt, Hero is signed through 2026-27, Rozier's 2025-26 salary is nearly fully guaranteed, they'll need as many perimeter defenders as they can get. Few are better in that role than Alex Caruso, who should have done enough to earn his second consecutive All-Defensive honor. Caruso blends energy, intelligence, and skill in a way that'd make Miami fans think he was long ago schooled in the ways of Eric Spoelstra. Caruso understands that playing hard is a skill, and he never comes up short in that category. He's also versatile enough to fit at any conceivable role, meaning he could slot up alongside one, both or none of those scoring guards. The Heat might need multiple firsts to pry Caruso out of Chicago, but with his missing piece potential for this roster, that could be worth it. When teams go star-searching this summer, the biggest dreamers in the basketball world will look toward Northeast Ohio. That's where it seems like Donovan Mitchell, who can hit free agency next summer, could request a ticket out of town at any moment. NBA insider Mark Stein recently reported there is a growing belief among rival teams that Cleveland will be forced to trade Mitchell if it can't get his commitment on a contract extension. Making matters worse for the Cavs, the buzz in NBA circles indicates it would take an NBA Finals run for Mitchell to make that commitment, per B/R's Eric Pincus. At the very least, it feels like Mitchell is on the short list of stars likeliest to request a trade. While disgruntled elites always catch the attention of this franchise, the interest in Mitchell could be even greater. He is the high-end shot creator this roster so desperately needs, shares a close bond with Heat legend Dwayne Wade and is tight with Adebayo, too. Mitchell, who averaged 26.6 points and a career-high 6.1 assists this season, would be the kind of difference-maker that could convince Miami to empty its asset collection for him. It might take multiple picks, Harrow, Jamie Jaquez Jr. and more to get Mitchell, but it's hard to think of a realistically available player who would give the Heat a better chance to contend during whatever remains of Jimmy Butler's prime. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Donovan Mitchell? Leave your opinion in the comments.